Hi guys, Billy back, and this time we're going to be talking about a brand new exciting line from Hot Toys. They have decided that they're going to go down the route of releasing Marvel figures, which I'm really excited about. I'm really hoping that they could do some really cool figures. What? Alright, Clive. How you doing? Oh yeah. What? When? How long have they been doing that? No, Hot Toys. No, they do Terminator, Hellboy, and Resident Evil figures. I've never seen them do anything by Marvel. Show me some pictures. I want to see proof. Let me have a look. What? Oh, I didn't even know they did like. Look at that old Iron Man. Jesus. Oh, okay. All right. I'm staying corrected then, I guess. Yeah. Okay, guys. This is it. I guess it's Hot Toys doing Marvel. More of the same, I guess. Okay guys, let's talk about what Hot Toys offered at San Diego Comic-Con this year. I'll avoid figures they have already shown off and focus mostly on the new. I'll also go back and take a look at what was suspiciously missing this year too. Now, I previously made a video entitled "Did Star Wars Ruin Hot Toys Diversity?" and I still stick by that. While it's not their only licensed line, it was clear that it was a hefty piece of straw that broke the donkey's back. So I hadn't much hope going into the Comic-Con that they would deviate much from Marvel, Star Wars, and to a lesser extent DC. And I'd be right. However, I did also state that it's not wholly a bad thing, as fans of those licenses are getting a veritable smorgasbord of figures with which to choose from Luke to Captain America, from Black Widow to Wonder Woman, and from Thanos to Vader. Fans of these licenses are getting the best representations of these characters that they have ever seen in figure form. That being said, there wasn't much in the way of surprises at this year's con. Several of the figures had already been announced, but the ones that were revealed mostly underwhelmed, or at least were not surprising to see. Aquaman was shown as the main DC reveal this year, but he was wearing the traditional yellow and green suit, which, if we're being honest, looked a bit like a stalk of corn on the cob with a bearded head stuck on top. The head sculpt was good though, but it lacked a little bit of personality, but also the trident looked pretty cool. Then they showed off the Arkham Batgirl from the video game series. I know it's a prototype, but it just underwhelmed me a little. I think it was the head sculpt. Something about it looked very long and out of place. It could just be the original design didn't do anything for me to begin with. The cape looks very thick and a bit plastic looking on the outside. I have no doubt this will be improved upon, but based on the prototype alone, it doesn't impress. The suit, on the other hand, has some very nice touches, including rivets and grey and black variant pieces. The thighs remind me of Arkham Origins Batman suit, so it gives me hope they are one step closer to producing that figure. There seems to be a bit of a slight gold bleed off into the gauntlets, but for a prototype it is close to the original suit. They also showed off Deathstroke, both variants of Wonder Woman, and the 1/4 Batman Begins figure, all of which have been shown before, so there's no need to go back on those. Although Deathstroke is fucking cool. Oh, and I almost forgot, they showed the dancer stripper Harley Quinn from the movie Suicide Squad. I mean, I wasn't a fan of the movie, but I understood why everyone was loving the Hot Toys Harley Quinn in hot pants. However, this is god awful in my opinion, mostly due to the head sculpt. The dress seems okay, it hangs well, but god damn it, those teeth! She looks like Janet Street Porter after 6 Red Bulls, or Ryland Clark, or Gary Busey, or Jake Busey, or Shane McGowan, or Donkey from Shrek, or Steve Buscemi, or Rob Beckett, or this llama. Anyway, no thanks Hot Toys, not for me. So, just like Hot Toys did, we're going to quickly move on from DC and check out what their money-printing rival Marvel are doing. Not content with wringing out your entire spare monthly expenditure, they also want your life savings and the fillings from your fucking teeth. Not only are they going deep and hard on the Infinity War range, but they're also going to release figures that didn't even appear in the movies. These will take the form of concept art Captain America and Iron Man. The Iron Man is pretty much a paint variant of the Mark 46, with much more gold on the legs and arms and a vibrant red on the torso. This has smatterings of classic Iron Man design all over it. It looks pretty nice, to be honest, and a must for completionists. But I don't think that the casual Iron Man collector needs to bother with it unless they are a die-hard classic Iron Man fan. The concept art Cap is actually a pretty nice figure. The dark suit reminds me of the Winter Soldier suit, and the reuse of the Civil War head sculpt allows for more expressive poses. The two shields also give more options, and the simply placed white Avengers A logo on the chest adds a bit of class to the whole thing. Now, if I had to choose between one or the other, it would be definitely the Captain that wins. Iron Man also made his way into the Toy Fair exclusives as per usual in the form of the Neon Tech Iron Man, which is based off the die-cast Mark IV suit, and T'Chaka, Black Panther's predecessor as portrayed in his heyday. The Neon Tech Iron Man is nice, but you really need to get a blacklight if you want to get the most out of him. They added one to the Black Panther figure, so the fact that they didn't do it here feels like a genuine misstep. Still, from the design it is nice, and it wouldn't be too hard to buy some UV LED strips to correct the emission. A nice variant, but wholly unnecessary for a lot of Iron Man fans. T'Chaka, on the other hand, is a nice figure for those Black Panther nuts who want different characters for their collection. The nice Black Panther suit is offset with an African style robe and gold accents that adds a level of tradition not seen on Black Panther yet. I wasn't a massive fan of the film. It kept me entertained, but by the end I was left scratching my head as to why it was so hyped. It wasn't a bad film, but it's in my lowest level of Marvel movies, and that includes like the first Thor outing and Ant-Man. Still good, but it's no Winter Soldier or Thor Ragnarok in my eyes, and yes, I'm aware there are those who don't like my choices either. So for fans of the film, this was a great Toy Fair exclusive. Grab one before the silly pricing starts. Speaking of the prolific Wakandan warrior, they also teased T'Challa and his throne. Many Black Panther fans have been begging for somewhere for the figure to sit, and so Hot Toys have answered by including one with the man himself in traditional Wakandan clothing and an unmasked head sculpt. I do believe it's likely this one will be released, given how many casual Tony Starks we've had and how successful Black Panther was. The clothing looks great and the detail in the throne is spot on, but they may want to reconsider using new hands on this one, as the prototype makes it look like he's tried a Wacko Jacko skin bleaching treatment but forgot to ask for his face to be done as well. Thankfully his tech-savvy sister doesn't have that problem, as her hands are covered with cat-like blaster mitts. Now this surprised a lot of people, as they thought it would be more likely they released an Okoye figure before a Shuri figure, but I guess ball chicks can't get no love from Hot Toys right now. Shuri's head sculpt looks phenomenal. Not only is it accurate to the actress, but the tribal face paint looks great too. Clothing looks colourful and detailed. At this stage it would be hard to figure out if it would be with removable weaponry or if they would be fixed. However, nothing is set in stone, and some figures they tease never actually see the light of day. But again, given the movie's popularity, and if the T'Challa and T'Chaka figures sell well, this definitely has a strong chance of being greenlit. However, two figures that are greenlit are Ant-Man and Wasp. They've both been up for pre-order for a few weeks now, and I don't recall if the prototypes have actually been shown anywhere, but both look highly detailed and colourful. I love the Wasp helmet, as the head sculpt behind can clearly be seen, and the costume looks completely unique. Now Ant-Man looks very similar to his Civil War counterpart, so if you already have that version, it could work very well with his wing counterpart, and this could save you an arm and a leg. Speaking of losing arms, Bucky Barnes was shown from Infinity War, and it looks really great. The new Wakanda designed appendage has nice gold and chrome accents. There appears to be a thick yellow wash put into the grooves, but I'm hoping that will be a bit more subtle in the final product. The head sculpt looks top notch though, and they seem to be very good at capturing Sebastian Stan's likeness. The costume is a good shade of blue, and I hope they don't go too dark with it, so his costume isn't all black like in previous iterations of the character. Hopefully when this comes up for pre-order it will have a more defined arm and a few more accessories. They also teased the Corvus Glaive and Outrider figure, which, to be fair, looks really great, but given their track history of releasing bad guys, I don't think it's worth holding your breath for this. However, as the Captain America Nomad figure is supposedly coming with his spear, it's not too far of a stretch to suggest they could just go the whole hog and release him. But bearing in mind Spider-Man came with the Vulture helmet and they still haven't greenlit that beast of a figure, it really is a tough one to call. One thing that isn't tough to call is whether or not War Machine Mark IV will go up for pre-order, as it already has. This die-cast laden monster looks incredibly detailed. The gunmetal and blue paint app sets this out away from previous versions, and the sheer bulk of it makes it look more in line with the Mark I than the second iteration. It appears as if all the weaponry is designed to protrude over his shoulders, but also can be folded back neatly behind him. I seriously hope this is the case, as it would definitely take War Machine to a new level of design that we have not seen from Hot Toys before. This has definitely been designed to stand out. However, with a price point of over $415 before shipping and tax, it will be a bit of a stretch for the average collector. But with a release date of 2020 and a chance to spread the payment at Sideshow over 7 months, it may just be a manageable stretch. And speaking of finances at breaking point, the Iron Man Mark 50 has some upgrades to show. Not only is it going to be a basic standalone figure, but an accessory pack too. Given his suit produces many different types of weaponry thanks to the reshapeable nanotech, it makes sense that there would be many different posing options available. However, with this adding to the already pretty high price tag, it may be something for people with a hardcore interest in this specific suit only. However, instead of adding it all in and then charging more for it than most people can afford, it's nice to have the option to upgrade or just stick with the basic version. Now, I can understand some people's frustration though, as you know, the figure may not feel complete without the add-ons. However, it still comes with enough for fans to deem it a worthy purchase, and I just hope Hot Toys make enough of the accessory pack so that fans who can't get it right now can pick it up a little later and not have to face the indignity of going through scalpers. And while we're still on the subject of Iron Man we simply can't afford, Hulkbuster made a reappearance this year, and this time he's brought the jackhammer arm that was originally teased in the first prototype they showed 3 years ago. There's no news if they are actually going to release this variant, but seeing as they have already done all the hard work with the research, development and tooling, it feels like an inevitability. I suspect that the first one put a bit of a dent in their profit, so a second dip would make a lot of sense. Heck, they could easily get a third figure out of this with a battle damage version. But given that they are still taking pre-orders for the Infinity War Power Pose Hulkbuster, it may be a while before they actually put this one up for sale. Anyway guys, the video is running quite long now, so I'm going to stop it there. I'm going to get into Hot Toys Star Wars figures in a part 2. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video so far. Like and subscribe, and if you could do me a favour now, if you could just get the fuck out of my cave, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks a lot guys, bye.